Well, Birdland, it has happened. The Orioles have lost Corbin Burns, and once again, it's the same story, different ownership. The Orioles had a competitive offer out there, but the free agent went elsewhere. But this time, unlike past, I'm not that upset. I'm really not. The guy wanted to go home. The guy has 3 children, 3 years or younger. He wanted to be near his family. I would have been more upset if he'd left for New York, Boston, Toronto, even San Francisco, because that would have said to me, he just plain did not want to be in Baltimore. That clearly is not the case here, as he is going to a place that he's home stadium's what, 30 minutes from the ballpark, 40 minutes from the spring training site. And if you look at some of the perks that I've heard that he's getting, you know, can stay with his family during spring training, doesn't have to stay on the Diamondbacks spring training campus, doesn't have to stay with the team. I believe I heard something about him not having to travel for road series if he's not pitching, that he can stay with his family. Those are things that he wasn't going to get from Baltimore because, number one, he'd had to fly home which I know, I didn't know this till the other day, he was doing last year. Had to be a huge inconvenience for him. He did it, he made it work, but now he doesn't have to. He's got the opt out after 2 years if he doesn't like what's happening in Arizona. So who knows? He could go there, pitch great for 2 years, opt out, and make himself even more money if Arizona doesn't prove to be competitive. Now the big question is, what happens to the Orioles? And right now, I have to say, they are probably the third best team in the division. I like the moves Boston's made. I really like the moves the Yankees may have made. I think they recovered from not getting Soto very well. Um, I do think we're better than Toronto. I think we're better than Tampa. I think this is going to be the first year where Tampa really takes that step back, and not because they're homeless. It's just, they can't just keep popping out players left and right. No matter who they lose, it's got to catch up to them eventually. I think this is the year it does catch up to them. Excuse me. But right now, we're probably looking at a situation where Zach Eflin, Grayson Rodriguez are our number one, two starters. I really like what Shinjo is going to be able to probably give us as a 3, 4, 5 starter. And we still have a good young core. Um, I've said it before, and I really believe it. You know, you give Tyler O'Neill a truly healthy season where he plays 140 games plus. I think his production versus Anthony Santander is a wash. I think he can match that production that Santander was giving us. I really do. And I think he's going to give us just as good, if not better, defense. So I really think the Orioles did a good job replacing Santander with what is probably going to be a cheaper option. We don't know if it's a cheaper option because Santander has not signed yet. So while this hasn't been the off season that I don't think any Orioles fan has hoped for, I think we hope for more of a splash. I don't think it's time to give up on the team yet, um, or give up hope. Give up hope on this ownership. Um, Losing Corbin Burns is a devastating blow to this team, but I think my buddy Pigtown Sports referenced it in one of his videos recently. In 2023, when we won 101 games, we didn't have a true ace. Um, but we still managed to, as a team, win 103 games. And Felix Bautista's coming back. And, yes, do we know what we're going to get out of him? No, we don't. But I am going to be optimistic and say, he's going to be the mountain again. And I think teams are going to have a hard time climbing that mountain. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. Let me know how much you think losing Corbin Burns hurts the Orioles. What kind of trade do you think they, go out and look for? How do they replace their ace? Let me know your thoughts.